Yes, come in. Yeah, that's me. That's right. Yes, please have a seat. It's very nice to meet you. Sit down. How are you today? Good. I'm well, thank you. So you're here for an interview? Perfect. Thank you for coming in at short notice. I'm sorry that Ms. Johnson couldn't be here to interview you herself. For her benefit, I'm going to record our conversation. She does like to do things herself, yeah. But I'll go through the normal protocol with you that we normally do with all our applicants. And I'll take all your information, and then Ms. Johnson will be able to review it when she returns. I'm sorry that she couldn't see it today. She wasn't feeling well. Okay, that's fine. Yes, and I do these interviews quite often, so there's no problem at all. Perfect. Would you like a glass of water or a coffee, a tea before we get started? Are you comfortable? Did you come a long way? Okay. Well, thank you for that. Let me know if you change your mind and you want to drink anything or take a break at any point. It's totally fine. Would you mind just waiting 1 second? I just need to wrap this up. You're a bit early. Very impressive. Just 1 second. Sorry about that. And then I'll be right with you. Alright. Perfect. So, before we get started, let me just familiarize myself with your file because we haven't spoken before. And I believe you've sent us your job application and your CV as well. Okay. Perfect. So let me have a look through here. I have a bit of a mess on my desk. Yeah. Thank you. I did read that. Yeah. I hope it's correct, and it does mean that I'm more creative. That's very sweet. Thank you. Let's have a look here. Ah, yes. I see you've mailed your application to us. Let's have a look here. Okay. Perfect. And I'm going to be taking some notes as well throughout our meeting today. I'm going to ask you some questions and go through your application with you for the first part. And then what I'll do is I'll run you through some of our standard interview questions that we ask absolutely everyone. And we'll see how you do. No pressure at all. This is just a preliminary meeting with us, and from what I've heard about you from Ms. Johnson, I think you're most likely to come back, and so it's just an informal chat today, although I do have to run you through our regular procedure, just so everything is kosher. Is that okay? Perfect. Before I get started, is there anything you'd like to say, or do you have any questions? That's a very good question. Yes. So, in terms of our normal working hours and the day that you can expect when you start working here, as well as company culture, what I can do, considering I don't think today we'll have enough time to go through this with me, what I can do is at the end of our conversation, I can take you through the office down the corridor where the majority of the team sit, and they can spend some time with you and answer questions. And if you're interested, depending on how this chat goes, perhaps you'd like to spend a couple of hours here later on in the week and just immerse yourself in the team and get a better feel for it. Perfect. Good. Lovely. So if nothing else, let's get started. Let's see here, just to confirm and make sure that I have the right person in front of me, a bit of a formality. Can you just confirm your contact information, your email address, name, and phone number, please, for me? Great. Perfect. And I can see here on your CV you've been working for quite a number of years. And tell me about the job that you're in right now. Yeah, I can see that. It's very impressive. Yeah. Oh, is that right? Okay, I'll take a note of that. No, go ahead and keep talking. I'm pretty good at multitasking. Perfect. Okay. And you had 2 roles at that company, is that right? Okay. Great. That sounds good. Yep. And I've noticed you haven't listed any references for us. Okay. I understand. Yeah. I think it's quite normal to have a notice period, so I completely understand if you don't want us to contact your employer straight away. But what I will ask you to do is, if you could please tell me your number 1 reference that we could call if you are successful throughout the interviews and you progressed through the 3rd stage or beyond, in which case we will contact you for your explicit permission and consent. We will not contact this person without your consent prior to getting in touch with them, but I do need their contact information for us to continue, if that's okay. Okay. Alright, so with an S? Yeah. Yeah, email address is fine. It's okay if you can't remember all their contact details, that's totally fine. What you could do as well is email me after this and CC Ms. Johnson too, and just add the phone number and the address. Yeah. And she's your direct supervisor. Okay. And is it true that you aren't currently disclosing the fact that you're looking for a new role? Okay, that's totally fine. Most of our applicants are in the same boat. Yeah, perfect. So other than that, I have your contact information, your references here. Have you sent us a portfolio as well? That's right, it's not required for your role. That's right. Okay. Great. So keep that in mind. Let me take you through our regular interview questions that we ask absolutely everyone, and I'll type up the responses for you. It's an online questionnaire that we do with everybody. Perfect. Okay. Okay, so my first question for you, and if you need any help or pointers for any of this, please feel free to ask. This is not an exam. Just generally, why do you want to work for our company? Why are you interested in this job? Yeah. Yes, that's right. Yeah, just last year. I'm impressed you know that. Perfect. Right. Yes, so yeah, it does sound like it fits very well with your previous career steps. Okay, very good. Great. And have you done this kind of work before? It is a little bit different from your last 2 roles that I saw in your CV. Okay. And was that in a volunteer capacity? Yeah, that's perfectly fine. Do you mind if I just add a note of that on your CV too? Because we do find volunteer work and extracurricular activities very compelling. Yeah. You were there for 8 months. Great. Do you remember your start date? Yeah, I do think you should add it to your CV. Definitely. Even if you're not successful here, knowing our field and knowing our peers, I think it would add a competitive edge to your CV. You're welcome. Okay. And then in terms of organizational skills and transferable people skills, communication, what would you say are some of the main attractive points about you, considering your previous role was not directly relevant? Okay, quick learner, that's perfect. Very much necessary in our organization. Okay. Perfect, that sounds good. That's absolutely wonderful. Okay, so let me just take a note of this just to make sure that we are aware of these extra benefits that you bring with you in terms of transferable skills, because again, what I wouldn't want to happen is somebody else taking your case on and then missing that because of the formal qualifications you've listed. Yeah, perfect. All right. And then in terms of formal qualifications, could you highlight some training or qualifications that you think relate directly to this? So obviously we know your formal education on a high level, but is there anything in terms of courses or training that you've done that we should be aware of? Is that a day course? 2 days. Yes, I have been there. It's a lovely city. Did you go there on your own, or was that through work? Yes, we do offer training budget as well. So I'm glad that you enjoy going to conferences, because that's something we will definitely encourage you to do should you start here. Perfect. Okay. And anything else you'd like to point out? No? Okay. So this question's a bit tricky, but we do ask everyone. So tell me about yourself in general, and specifically, why should we hire you? Yes, quite forward. Yes. Okay. Punctual and dependable. Okay, perfect. It's a very good quality. I definitely also get a lot of satisfaction from knowing that I've done something that's important. Okay. All right. Yes. Very good. Yeah. Oh, perfect. And did you win that award? Wonderful. Well, awards aren't everything, but it definitely shows passion, especially since you did it in your free time. Congratulations. What do you do in your spare time? Really? My sister's just started getting into that. Yeah. Perfect. We love unusual hobbies around here. Okay. No, I don't think Netflix counts as a hobby. Although if it did, a lot of us would have pretty impressive credentials on our CVs. So it sounds like you really enjoy creative work. Yeah. I think a lot of people started off that way as children, yeah. Good. Okay. I love that you have a balance between indoor creative and kind of alone time activities, and then also active group activities. I think that shows a very good balance and the ability to thrive in different environments. I think this will really help you here. Perfect. Speaking of which, what do you think about working in a group? Could you, okay, perfect. But could you tell me some of the main advantages that you see in working in a group and how your skills or your attitudes complement that? That's right, yes. Yes, diversity is very important. Could you give me some specific examples of situations when you personally contributed to work in a team or collaborative work? Okay. Okay. So you have a bit of a knack for leadership. Yeah, perfect. Could you give me some examples of conflict or situations where you've had to resolve something in a group situation or collaborative work with others? Yeah, understandable. Okay. Okay, and it sounds like you approached that person. Okay. Great. Good. Absolutely, active listening is very important. Good. Perfect. That's what we're looking for really in this question, is just to make sure that you're aware that assertiveness and the ability to be proactive is important, but you need to balance that out with good listening and with sensitivity and empathy for others. Perfect. Good. Quite impressive so far. Yeah, good. How do you take criticism? Okay. What about less formal and less constructive criticism? Sure. Good. Okay. How do you like to be approached when you are receiving feedback or instruction that needs to be constructively communicated to you? What works best for you? Direct, yeah. Great, more direct approach. Perfect. No, we're not big fans of passive aggression here. Absolutely not. Perfect. Good. Okay. Here's a bit of a candid question, speaking of being direct. Which elements of this job do you think might bore you? That's very sweet, but try to work with me here. Okay. Yeah. Yes. Well, we do have opportunities to balance routine with some change and unpredictability, especially when you switch between projects. Yeah. Yes. I understand. That's quite common. But I appreciate your enthusiasm. It's very good. How do you work under pressure or under tight deadlines? Okay. Yes, here a tight deadline might mean anything between half a day to a day to complete. Yes. Okay. So lots of experience with that. Great. Okay. I'm going to ask you something that we will contact your employer about when we're ready, as I said, with your consent only, later in the stages if you're successful, but just something that we like to address directly with you. How often were you absent from work in your last job, or have you had any serious illness or injuries, any health problems we should be aware of? No need to go into your health history with me, and you can choose not to answer this. Again, I just need to know in general, is there any health condition that might affect your performance, that may require you to take sick days or have a special schedule, anything like this. And we absolutely do not discriminate based on this. Everybody's welcome to work here. We have people of all abilities and all backgrounds, but it's a question that we ask because of the high demand of this role and the fact that you'll have responsibility over others, just something we would need to take care of in terms of planning your work. Okay. Just migraines. That's totally fine. Yeah. Ms. Johnson suffers from migraines too, as you can see. Yes. As a result, we have a special room here in the office that is soundproof and can be turned to complete darkness. And you're able to go there and spend some time relaxing. We also provide weekly massage to our employees to reduce muscle tension. That can be a trigger for some people. Yeah, but of course you're welcome to go home or work from home and take a sick day whenever you need. Perfect. We wouldn't want something like that to be affecting your job performance. So, considering that this is quite a light condition, I'm not going to write that down. I don't think it's something that is going to affect, absences in terms of weeks or months. Okay, perfect. Okay. Have you ever been fired or quit a job? Quite a while ago. That's fine. So you changed to, yeah, I see your, yep, perfect. Okay. And are you still on good terms with your previous employer? Okay. Good. It's very good that you were able to learn from that. Absolutely. That's the most important thing we can do. Wonderful. Okay. I'm sorry you had that situation. Okay. Alright. You are in full-time employment at the moment, but I did notice on your CV here that there's a period right here of a gap year or something like that where there's, I think, 9 months where you weren't employed. Can you tell me more about that? Okay. Yeah. Okay. No, that's not a problem. Not a problem at all. We just ask because we like to have continuity in the general story when we interview you so we can understand your ambitions and your career moves and how they might affect your attitudes here. Perfect. It sounds like a very worthwhile, great reason to take time off work. I wish more people did that. Wonderful. Yes, so we're almost done here. Just 2 more questions for you. And both of them are quite difficult. Are you up for that? Okay. So, could you tell me what you feel are your weaknesses? And again, it's nothing personal. For example, for me, I'm the type of person who's quite hard on myself because I always expect myself to do a bit more. And so I think it can mean that I don't really leave work sometimes when I should. Yeah. Okay. Okay. And how do you feel that it's affected your employment so far? Okay. Yeah. Okay. No, these notes are completely confidential, and in fact, by law, you can request a transcript of everything that we've typed today. Would you like me to send that to you? No need? Okay. You can always change your mind. Alright. question is, what are 5 words that you could describe yourself by? Honest, very good. Energetic, dedicated, That's funny. 2 more. Cooperative, alright. Creative, perfect. Yes, you can do 6. Alright, friendly. I can see that. Perfect. Well, in that case, I have some paperwork for you to sign just to confirm that you are applying here and that you're interested in continuing with your application. Let me just get the form for you. Sure, you can ask, yeah. Okay. I see. Well, I don't take care of scheduling here, so that's something that you're going to need to agree. After you leave, you can ask my secretary. Yeah, no problem. I'm sure we can work with that. Okay. So, I've got the application form here, if you wouldn't mind. Yeah? Thank you. Thank you, perfect. Oh, what a lovely signature. You say autograph? I'm not sure. Perfect. Well, thank you very much for coming in today. It's been a pleasure to meet you. As I said, we'll be in touch with you very shortly. We're finishing a round of interviews tomorrow, and that will be either myself or Miss Johnson herself. I'm sure she'll give you a call. She is very nice. Yeah, you haven't met her in person? No. She's very organized, very punctual as well, so I think you have that in common. And she's the kind of person who really feels passionate about what she does. So she takes things, not personally, but she takes things close to her heart. So her work means a lot to her. So when you speak with her, I think highlighting the fact that you have that similarity amongst the two of you will serve you very well. I would say definitely follow up on today, even though you didn't meet in person. I would send an email or a call. I think she would really appreciate that. Yeah, I think that's something that she would enjoy. Yeah, definitely don't bring her any gifts or anything like that. No need for personal favors. She is quite fulfilled by her work, and she feels that that's enough. So, be cordial and professional, but just be who you are. I think just from chatting with you in the last half hour, I can see that you're definitely the kind of person that would fit in very well here. So do whatever it is that you've been doing, and I think you'll do very well with her. Yeah, I know it's because of her title, but she's quite an approachable person, so no worries. She got to where she is through a lot of hard work. Perfect. Okay. Yes, definitely. Bathroom's on your way out as you pass my secretary's desk. It's just on your left. Alright. It's been lovely meeting you, and good luck with the rest of your journey here.